OpenAI says ChatGPT users send over 2.5 billion prompts every day. That's around 912.5 billion requests every year. I covered this on Discord VC with some people who were on Discord with me on my Discord yesterday. And at first glance, 2.5 billion prompts every day sounds like a lot. And it is a lot in terms of energy consumption. One of these prompts, like I said, is enough to power a household light bulb for 20 minutes. You've seen some of the power stuff that we've gone over before. So 2.5 billion prompts every day means a ton of energy is being used. However, that number is a little bit misleading in terms of its amount. So if we go down into the article, although ChatGPT still has a way to go to catch up to Google's 5 trillion annual searches. So I want you to think about that. You have 912 billion, so almost 1 trillion, compared to Google's 5 trillion, so 1/5 of the searches per year that Google gets. And there's an issue that now arises with the numbers, which ties into the article we read yesterday, which is how profitable are these companies? And we can do some back of the envelope math, right? Or back of the whatever napkin, not envelope, back of the napkin, back of the envelope, whatever it is, math. And we'll look at the data and how they got this data. This data is obtained by Axios. And let's have a look at the numbers because it reveals something very, 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 very interesting. Let's do this. Now, if we go look at the data that was gathered here, in data being reported here for the first time, OpenAI says ChatGPT users send more than 2.5 billion prompts each day globally. More than 330 million of those daily prompts are in the US. Now, this is interesting. Why is this interesting? Because what is the population of America? 340 million as of 2024. So what that means is that this data indicates that one person in the United States sends one prompt a day. And I want you to think about the usage rate of that. Is it true that the entirety of the United States sends one prompt a day? No, obviously, not everyone in the United States uses ChatGPT. So then you start scaling the numbers down and you go, well, what if it's half the people sending 2 prompts a day? Well, now all of a sudden you have like what, 170-ish, 165 million people who are using ChatGPT. Well, that also can't be true because there are some people who send a ton of prompts, right? And then there's some people who send only 1 or 2 prompts. And when you start playing the numbers down, then you start realizing that a small portion, likely a small portion of the United States is actually using ChatGPT on a daily basis. And if you tie that back into the article we went over yesterday, it makes complete sense. These companies are not profitable. The amount of usage that they're getting is not what it's played up to be. If you just do the sheer numbers on this, they're charging a high amount for very little usage. There you go, by OpenAI's own admission of numbers.